Well, hello everybody. This is Roberto Parker with Innovative Sports Training. Time for another video blog. We haven't done one of these in a while. I have been doing webinars for the past several months. I decided to go the video blog route for this next time interval, for the next month, you might say. Pretty important topic tonight. Beauty from the inside out. Man, what person does not want to look beautiful? What person does not want to have those looks? But just keep in mind, looks is more than just what your skin and your eyes and your hair looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Beauty comes from the inside out. Most importantly, are you a good person? I just want to say that up front. Are you a good person? Because the type of person you are inside and the type of heart you have, that will radiate beauty more than anything else. But let's go a little deeper than that. Let's talk about it more from a physical or physiological perspective. Now, beauty defined, get my slide going, there we go. Beauty defined is aesthetics, really, and aesthetics is where you're concerned with beauty. Now, I've always believed from a professional perspective in my years of coaching and training and doing consultation, you must train for health before beauty. Why is that? Because if you focus on beauty, you can actually compromise your health. Ask many bodybuilders about that. In fact, most bodybuilders are not very healthy people. And there are some very, believe it or not, some very unhealthy athletes out there that focus so much on training, performance, they compromise their health. But that's another topic. I could talk about that in a whole seminar, webinar type of setup. Health defined as a level of functional metabolic efficiency. It's about balance. It's not about having your thyroid healthier than your heart or having your heart healthier than your thyroid. It's not about having strong bones, but yet you have weak muscles or something. You have to have a balance between the neural, between the physical, between how you detoxify foods and toxins in your body. You have to have that balance in order to be considered healthy. Becoming overly consumed with aesthetics can compromise health. I just said that. So, taking it to the next level, let's talk about nutrition. Now remember what I said, that the topic for tonight is beauty from the inside out. We'll get to the outside here in a minute. The last webinar I had, which was on caveman eating and nutrition, go back and listen to that one. I recommend a dietary intake of 60% of fat or higher. I'm not going to go into justification of that right now. You can listen to my previous webinars, but that is what I professionally recommend and what many experts in the field recommend that are into the paleo ketogenic way of living. Protein 10 to 35%, carbohydrates 5 to 25%. Now just make sure those are good healthy fats, good healthy proteins, good healthy carbohydrates. Focus on omega-3 fats, coconut oils, palm oils, dark leafy green vegetables, fermented vegetables, bone broth, multicolored vegetables and fruits. Also, sources are fatty fish, grass-fed butter, cage-free chickens, cage-free eggs, coconuts, kale, red, yellow colored vegetables like bell peppers and those sort of things. Now the benefits: promotes a healthy gut, and we have a healthy gut that translates and emanates to beautiful skin and beautiful hair. You might even throw eyes in there too. Now, micronutrient recommendations. I'm not going to go through all of these. I'll just go through the categories. Metabolites, the vitamins, the minerals, the amino acids, the fatty acids, the antioxidants, and the carbohydrate metabolism micronutrients. Micronutrients are cofactors that strengthen the efficiency of macronutrients. In other words, these micros will strengthen the effect of fat, carbohydrates, and proteins. The most lacking micronutrients in most people living in a Western society and our highly industrialized society are vitamin D, B12, and magnesium. Things that will age you. Now, obviously, if you're looking for beauty and you're aging faster than your years, well, that doesn't translate always to being beautiful. So if you have wrinkles, if you have red eyes, if your body posture stinks, and that's not very beautiful. So let's go over some things that will age you from a dietary perspective. Grains will promote high insulin and gut permeability. Now the gut has some natural permeability as it is, and that's important for digestion and for nutrients to get into the bloodstream. However, if the gut is too permeable, those foods are not broken down like they should, and it does promote toxins getting into the system, which can lead to autoimmune disorders. You don't want that. Also, leaky gut. I'm sure most of you have heard that term. Diverticulitis, Crohn's disease. Those are all highly related to gut permeability. Dairy. Now, there's a component to dairy called casein, and that is the problematic part of dairy. That will heighten gut permeability. Now, a lot of people are not aware of that, but dairy, certain types of dairy, particularly milk, will heighten, or products made with milk, will heighten gut permeability. Now, you can buy grass-fed butter, or you can purchase ghee, which takes a lot of the milk solids off of it, so it might be a little better for you if you have a problem with that, especially people that are lactose intolerant. Trans fats, they promote neural and myotoxicity, which means muscle myotoxicity, along with overloading the liver and straining the thyroid gland. Not good things to happen. Insulin resistance, pretty common term today. That is the amount of glucose uptake from blood to the insulin receptor portals. In other words, are they communicating? Insulin resistance occurs with consistent high amounts of sugar in the blood, which dampens the insulin receptor portals, causing high insulin and high blood sugar with poor communication between the two. In addition, insulin resistance is caused by a diet of high starchy foods, poor sleep habits, and lack of strength resistance / cardio resistance. I just want to mention one thing real quick here. Strength training is crucial because that will help improve insulin sensitivity, where the body communicates with insulin much better, and insulin is taking the sugar or the glucose, breaking it down more efficiently, and that components are going to tissues within the body more efficiently. But that's with good strength training exercises and / cardio exercises. Leptin resistance. Now, this is a relatively new term that's come about in the last few years. I'd say even 10 years ago, we didn't know much about leptin really. It's a relatively new discovery. Leptin is a satiety hormone. Satiety hormone means it tells you when your brain tells you when you've had enough to eat. Unfortunately, leptin resistance occurs when high amounts of grain products and or processed foods are consumed on a regular basis. Leptin resistance can occur 5 to 7 years ahead of insulin resistance. In fact, leptin really gives the marching orders to insulin. It's a very powerful hormone. Overexposure to toxins in the form of foods, air, water, medications, and toxic beauty products, facial creams, nail polish, and perfumes are problematic. Now, here's some things that will slow down the aging process. Let's talk about the good part. Moderate physical strength activity. There we go. Interval cardio training will strengthen the mitochondrial cellular components that plays an enormous role in DNA expression. Now, at the very bottom of the page here, I put a link of a blog that I wrote probably about a year ago on metabolic efficiency and the purpose of the mitochondria. It's called the mighty mitochondria, I believe. But read that article. Omega-3 fats. Now those are sources caught, wild game sources, flaxseed, chia seeds, they have anti-inflammatory properties, and the ratio should be about a 3-to-1 of omega-3 to omega-6. Eliminate high amounts of grains, cereals, and fructose products. They promote inflammation, once again, gut permeability, mitochondrial degeneration, which is very, very huge. So read that article, and an overloaded, weakened immune system, which is not good. Healthy gut. Focus on consuming leafy green vegetables, omega-3 fats, fermented vegetables, vitamin D consumption via sunshine if possible. I know some of you are afraid to go out in the sun, but believe it or not, there's a healthy time of the day to go out and get some sun, which is usually in the middle of the day, by the way. Foods or good supplements. Good supplements meaning good organic supplements or whole food supplements. Sleep. Getting enough shut-eye will promote growth hormone production and strengthen the effects of neural capacity, muscle regeneration, and detoxification efficiency. Now, the detoxification efficiency is huge because if you're not getting enough sleep, the body will not dump toxins, period. It will not. Therefore, you will not grow. Therefore, you're more prone to illness, disease, inflammation. So getting that sleep is important, guys. Consume at least, minimum, half your body weight in ounces of water on a daily basis to hydrate the cells. Now, the type of supplements. I'm not usually real big on taking supplements, and the reason is because people tend to overdo it with supplements. You cannot supplement your way to good health, guys. You have to put the right kind of food in there first and foremost, have the right type of activity physically in your life, and of course mentally and emotionally keep yourself strong as well. But let's talk about vitamin D. That's a fat-soluble vitamin that is important for a healthy gut because that helps the gut have tighter junctions, so it'll prevent gut permeability. That's why you want good vitamin D sources. Calcium absorption, nerve transmission, muscle building, and bone formation. Sources are sunshine, fatty fish, beef liver, eggs. Recommended doses 600 to 5,000 IUs per day. Now, I'll say this much about vitamin D, and this applies also to vitamin A, D, E, and K, ADEC, which are all the fat-soluble vitamins. You will not absorb fat-soluble vitamins unless you're getting plenty of fat in your system. That goes back to one of the first slides I showed. Unless you're consuming a fairly good amount of fat, i.e. 60% or more, you are not absorbing those fat-soluble vitamins, period. B vitamins, water-soluble vitamin, important for neurological functions, fat protein metabolism, and DNA synthesis. Sources are liver, clams, trout, salmon. Recommended dose, 2.5 micrograms per day. Omega-3 saturated fat has powerful anti-inflammatory properties. Sources are fatty fish. Boy, that fatty fish pops up a lot, doesn't it, guys? Maybe that tells you something. Flaxseed, chia seeds. Recommended minimum dose is 1.5 milligrams or higher. Should have a 3-to-1 ratio of omega-3 to omega-6. And magnesium is a powerful micronutrient which is important for nerve impulse, neurological health, potassium, calcium communication, DNA synthesis, protein synthesis. Sources are almonds, spinach, avocado, cashews. Recommended dose, 420 micrograms for men and 320 micrograms for the ladies. That should be MCG there. Sorry about that. Okay, now let's get into the beauty products. Now, you see those bullet points at the bottom there. I'm not going to spell them out letter for letter for you here. But these are some websites in which you can go to look up some good organic, whole type of beauty products for men, women, children, you name it. Some of them will even give you recipes how to make your own beauty products. But the bottom line here is this, guys. At the very bottom of the page, you see the phrase, avoid parabens. Paraben is a chemical that is placed in many beauty products, probably as a filler, but it's very, very problematic in that it can really mess with your estrogen levels. It can cause what we term xenoestrogens, which elevates your estrogen levels, which can complement, or I should say not complement, but complicate the activity of the thyroid, and also can lead to cancer type of issues when you have very, 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 very elevated estrogen levels. So keep that in mind. But these are good websites to go to. I looked them all up myself, and write those down and go check those out. Very, very good sites. Okay, now here are some tips. In the period of 1 year, the average female places 5 pounds of toxic beauty products on their skin. The skin is the largest organ of the body. Recommendation: buy organic or make your own. Consume whole foods. Why? Because they have more efficient nutrients, macronutrients and micronutrients. Drink filtered water. Drink green tea, another good source of a good antioxidant. Take warm baths with Himalayan bath salts to detox. Apply non-clogging moisturizers to the skin, virgin coconut oils or organic butters. Now, at the bottom of the page here is a website you can go to learn more about that. Now, here's a list of references, guys, that I used to put this slide program together, just so you know I'm not shooting off the hip here, but check these out. Do your own research. I hope I stimulated your interest a little bit to look into some more holistic ways of living your life. So do your best. Check those out if you can. There's probably about 10 different websites there you can go to, and they'll probably even lead you to more websites. Now here's my contact information. My name is Roberto Parker, of course. My company is Innovative Sports Training. I offer many avenues to help you out with your health and wellness. Hormonal evaluations, nutritional evaluations, lab assessments, private training and consultations, sports performance training, circuit training. My phone number is right there. It's 816-405-7703. Email is rwpsports@yahoo.com. I have 2 websites. I also offer a Facebook forum where you can get on and ask questions, and I have a lot of menus on there and recipes for foods, and offer training tips and exercise tips, so check that out on your own. Next informative video blog is the power of the thyroid. The thyroid plays so many roles in every function and metabolic function of our body that most of you probably are not aware of. This will be a big one, guys. You must listen to this because it will answer a lot of questions regarding your health. Thanks for watching, guys. God bless and take care.